Welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a tarot reading for you. And the theme for today is what is coming? What is your next step, or what is spirit preparing for you? Because there's so much energy about like the next step is being prepared for you, for me, for all of us. And so let's see, what is that? What is coming, Spirit? First, give me a signifier who's being, okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. Letting go of limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts, negative thoughts that aren't yours, that were given to you from your parents in childhood, generational trauma, you know, things that you believe about yourself and about the world that, about the world that aren't true. You know, like I'm getting very much a scarcity mindset that, you know, there's not enough to go around, or that your dreams aren't possible, that, you know, to be realistic, to be practical, to not be so daydreamy, not be so maybe empathetic or loving, kind of like manic pixie dream girl. I'm getting like this message of like people trying to stifle your whimsy. Very much inner child, very much healing your inner child. And this is going to be coming in your external environment. I feel like you've been doing a lot of inner child healing work through affirmations and things like that, but also just by indulging more in play and more into your interests that aren't necessarily practical or giving you, like, doesn't have any kind of return, any kind of practical material return, like playing a video game just because you enjoy it kind of thing. And this is being shown to you, and it's coming in really fast. I pulled the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords along with the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's coming in incredibly quickly, and I feel like you kind of feel that something is changing. Yeah, I'm also being pulled like the White Horse. You could be feeling maybe a little trepidatious. Whoa. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups upright. You're very in tune with your feelings right now, very in tune with your intuition. Since the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups came out, it's totally confirmation that there's so much just energy in its like primordial form right now. And like, do you notice how they're both like, they're surrounding? You see how they're like surrounding the Knight of Cups? I mean, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. It's because like this is all surrounding you. Like you're in this vortex of energy that's surrounding you. You're going to be feeling maybe an activation of your heart chakra that's coming in. Just more love and people like pouring into you too. Because I also, like I said, Knight of Cups. So I do feel like part of it is going to be like finding people who help you heal your inner child, who want to be children with you, who want to go out and play, who want to have fun and enjoy life. Yeah. I'm also being drawn to like stillness too. It's not just going to be like go, go, go. There's going to be moments of divine stillness. Yeah. 10 of Cups upright. Definitely people coming in, new relationships. If you're single and you've been like trying to manifest a relationship, this is definitely a good sign. Just prosperity, love. I'm getting like these limiting beliefs that you had about family and about what was possible for you, or what a relationship even could be. Like maybe you as a kid, you were really into like fairy tales or like Disney movies or something like that, or like fantasy where there's like soulmates and there's a fated encounter, and they were always meant to be together, and they lived happily ever after. And, you know, through your life, maybe you became disillusioned through relationships where that didn't exactly happen, or people telling you, like looking at other people's relationships and you're like, they've been married 20 years, but they're miserable and they fight all the time. And like, I don't want that kind of relationship. And I personally like definitely resonate with that. Like at one point in my life, I was looking around and I was like, I don't have a single relationship in my like purview, in my world surrounding me, like all my friends and family. There's not one single romantic relationship that is actually one that I would want. And so I feel like you maybe resonate with that too, but it's pretty saying like, no, that is meant for you. And it's because you've done the inner work, because you lead with your heart, because you're open to spirit, to the universe, to God, whatever you like to use. You're open to possibilities. And I feel like you've worked for it too. You've worked on being open. That's the other thing. Like, I feel like people don't notice how much work goes into it. Seven of Swords in reverse. You had people in your energy and you could still be having them, but I think they're moving out, who wanted to like get away with things. I feel like with the Ten of Cups and what I was just talking about like bad relationships in your surroundings, you had people who didn't have the best intentions, who were trying to get away with something, who, made promises and then so that the other person would feel secure just so that they could get something out of them. I'm feeling like being pulled to the story that I read about like this woman and they were dating, whatever, and she had been burned in the past. And so she was taking it incredibly slow sexually. And then like she had sex with her partner, and then her partner revealed like a week later that they actually gotten a job and they were moving like 5 hours away, and they knew about it before, but they still had sex with that person because they wanted to, right? Like their lust was too much. So they had put in so much in this relationship, and they felt like they deserved it, without taking that person's feelings into consideration. So I feel like you've dealt with like similar kind of things, if not romantically, then with your family, like people trying to get away with things, people thinking that you're dumb, that you can't see them, that you can't clock them. And I feel like now you can clock them. Now you've been through it and you're like, no, I know what to look out for. I know what the red flags are. So there is a message here of like trusting yourself. Trust yourself that you aren't the same person that you were when maybe you didn't have the best relationships, when you were dealing with toxic people. Like the reason, like you learn from that, right? The reason that came into your life was so that you could learn to spot the red flags, so you could learn to put up boundaries, to not put up with the BS, so you could learn to look out for those kind of people, and so that, the contrast shows us what we do want. If we didn't experience what we didn't want, how would we know what we do want? Yeah, Page of Cups. This is what I was saying in my last video. Your manifestation power right now is huge, off the freaking charts. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. There is so much magic happening like behind the scenes. Like this is very much so externally mirroring the internal. How could there be so much magic happening astrologically, just in the environment, without it also happening within yourself? So you have so much power right now. So maybe like work on your manifestations. What have you been wanting? Manifest that shit, I'm also getting like, if you this could be a good time to like look into maybe like chaos magic or other kinds of magic. This is a very good time to like really go back into your spiritual studies if you've been away, because for some reason I'm feeling like you've maybe been away from them, just focusing on yourself, or I don't know, because like recently it's been a very quiet energy, very introspective energy, not very much like happening externally, not very much like material-ish to work through. It's been very internal. And so yeah, maybe you haven't been as active in like the magic that you've been doing, but this is an invitation that it's coming back up. There's so much more magic that's happening that you can accomplish, that is being done right now, and that is like swirling within you. This is also an invitation, especially with the Seven of Swords in reverse, to trust your intuition about people. Trust, your heart, your gut feeling. If you don't know, if you're like, I don't know why, they seemed fine, but I just feel weird, trust it, okay? Trust that. I had a job interview a couple months ago, and I just got like a weird vibe from the guy there. who was interviewing me. And then I was like, he just got kind of a weird vibe. And then I was like, I don't really know if I want that job. And then I got in the car, and the song "Secrecy is Incredibly Important" for the both of them by Yves Tumor came on. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's like, it was just such confirmation. And then that like there's some shady stuff going on. It was also like a small business. So I was like, in small businesses, sometimes the culture can be kind of whack because it is small, and like the business owners can kind of fall into that excuse of like, we're a small business, so we have to be not great bosses. We have to not maybe provide a great work environment because we don't have like the overhead of a big chain business. But anyway, then I ended up actually meeting the person who got the job that I didn't get, and they confirmed that that guy has like weird energy and like is very controlling, is very anal about things, is like kind of in a shitty mood a lot of the times, is like rude to the customers, and just doesn't have good vibes. And I was like, wow, confirmation for me that my intuition is right. So like trust your intuition about people, because it's showing you things for a reason, because you're very in tune with yourself. With the Strength card, you put in a lot of inner work. You put in a lot of time and effort into correcting your relationship with yourself, and also with your shadow side, with your base impulses, with maybe the part that you used to be ashamed of, that you used to, because like it's a lion. I'm getting like, you used to have it tied up in the backyard kind of thing. Like you are now like learning, you've already done it. You've already learned that you have to integrate it, right? That shadow self is important because it does warn you about dangerous situations and maybe people that aren't in the best vibration and could be trying to take advantage of you. So trust it, because you're so strong. I'm also being drawn to like the infinity above her head, magician energy. Again. You are a magician. Babe, you are magic. Magic is very real in this universe. I've experienced it so much. I'm also being drawn to like the fish and the fish in the Page of Cups, and then also like the lion in this. And so you could be very connected to animals. Maybe this is confirmation. You could always feel like animals always like you, or you just love animals. You could have been like maybe studying zoology or biology in school, or also just like love nature documentaries. But I'm also like, for me, animals are a huge sign that God uses to talk to me. So just notice the animals that like you see, open your eyes, go for a walk and notice what's happening. What do you hear? What animals do you hear? What do you see? There was this moment where I was like very much so into like spiritual rapture, and I woke up early, which is rare for me because I'm not like a morning person. I woke up early and I like walked around the lake that was near my apartment, and I was walking, and I had gotten like, I was connected to Athena, and I had been seeing owls like in movies and TV shows and just around, like owl motifs, whatever. And I was walking and I just decided to look, and there was a huge, beautiful like brown owl that was just like 2 arm lengths away, like sitting perched on like a fence. And it was just beautiful, and we just made eye contact, and I just stared at it for like 2 minutes, and it just stared at me, and it was wonderful. So like maybe you are having those kinds of experiences. Let's see, what else, Spirit? What else is going on? Tell me. I'm gonna pull some tea leaves too to get some. Yeah, the Hermit. Yeah. You could also be very much like embodying a teacher kind of energy. You are definitely meant to be like teaching people through the shining of your light. Just by living your life, like however you live it, embodying your truth, living your truth, every single day. And people are going to see that. It's right underneath the 7 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like people are going to see, or they have seen, and this is confirmation, how like they can't play with you, and also how it's like, what's the word? It's like futile to even try to play people. Like, why would you go the route of being shisty and being like a con man and trying to get one over on people when you could simply like embody your truth and live a good life, like staying in your own lane and like improving yourself, and then all these things come to you. Like, I feel like people are going to see you be successful and then be like be rethinking their whole life and be rethinking like, well, why was I doing that? Like, this person stays in their lane, they're nice, they're kind, they lead with love, they, you know, meet people where they're at, they, you know, focus on the good things that are happening, they always like try to see the best outcome, and there's so many good things happening to them. And like, and also like, it's not just externally, it's just like you radiate this energy, you radiate such positivity and love and just like possibilities. You're gonna be like a walking beacon for people. And Page of Swords, the Hermit with the Page of Swords, I'm very much feeling like, yeah, you're gonna lead people onto new adventures, new areas of their lives that they weren't necessarily like, didn't think that was possible, or like a wake up call. I'm getting like you are a wake up call to people in your life. You could maybe, people have told you that you're very refreshing, or you see things in a different way, or they really like hang out with you because you, I don't know, like always help them see a different side of things. You can also be like, you know, the family therapist or the friend group therapist where you are always like giving people advice. And you know, this is a lesson that I'm learning too, because I have been introduced to people where I've gotten the message from Spirit that I do play like a teacher role in their lives to some extent about their own personal problems. And I kind of get like, I'm like, well, why? I don't want this to pull on my energy, because, you know, being a teacher, like they're on a lower vibration than I am. They're dealing with things that I've already moved past. And I kind of was like, I don't necessarily want to get pulled back into an energy that I've already released. And so if that's kind of your worry, just know that that's not what's happening. You know, you are the teacher, you are above it, you can maintain your vibration, and Spirit wouldn't lead people to you if you weren't able to help them in a way that doesn't also like help yourself. Helping them is going to help you, if that makes sense. Okay, here's some tea leaves. But also, like, don't be afraid if you do meet someone who is more advanced than you, who has some kind of, like, you know, yeah, if they are more advanced than you in some way, like in spiritually, whatever, like, don't be afraid to also be a student again. Like, we're always learning. There's no such thing as being done with learning, right? We've got the Quill, get back to basics, and Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Yeah. Also with the Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, with the Son of Swords, because I am getting kind of this like paranoid energy. If you're worried about people coming against you, like, I feel like it's not. Let's get some more. It's under the Ace of Swords. Oh, I feel like this is in the past. Oh, maybe you've released it. You've released your depression. You've released your anxiety. You know now, and if not, you know that like no one can stand against you, because like you embody the Tao, you embody the empty vessel for Spirit. You know, when evil has nothing to stand against, it disappears. So just trust. Know that like it can't come back. I can't get you. Especially with a Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. You don't need to worry about it. This is just like the devil trying to get into your energy. February, yep. I was like, I need to pull this. February. This is all coming in February, okay? Confirmation. This is all coming in February. All of this love, all of this, you know, new energy is coming in. Hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah, you could be going on a vacation. I do feel like things are going to get a lot easier for the collective in the material world. And it's because we put in so much work internally. And it's like, what was happening was the energy was getting freed up from its previous incarnations, from its previous material manifestation, and it's getting back to this primordial energy that we're all feeling right now, that I'm feeling, and it's getting, moved back into the forms that are going to help you, that the ones that you want. I've got feeling tied down, a frustrated yoke. Oh, under the quill. Okay, so if you've been feeling maybe a little frustrated because things aren't changing, or you've been maybe trying to move forward but you're experiencing roadblocks, Spirit is saying, like, with the quill, like, it's not your work. You need to get back to the basics. You need to get back to, like I said, connecting with your body, connecting with your spirit. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you eating enough food? Are you eating good food? Not as much, fried things and like really like a lot of processed sugar. Are you eating whole foods? Are you getting a good amount of protein? And this isn't saying like be anal about your diet, because I don't believe in that at all. I definitely believe like eat what feels good, eat what you want, but don't eat in excess, right? Are you maybe moving your body? It doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be like taking a walk, just be stretching. Are you doing that? Are you doing the things that make you feel good? Maybe like, are you journaling, especially with the quill? Maybe these thoughts are getting kind of caught up in your head. Worry that people are against you, worry that things aren't going to work out, express it, maybe write it down, or do like a talking to a video kind of thing. But no, like, especially with the yoke and the quill, like, you see how it's like the yoke and then the feather. So it's like you feel tied down, but it's all imaginary, right? You see how there's like nothing in the yoke too? It's like you just have this in your mind's eye and it's not actually there. It's not actually like manifest in any way. Or the way that it is manifest is just an illusion. It's just going to pop out. Like maybe 1 second you find yourself in there, and then 1 second you find yourself like you teleported outside of it. Especially with the quill, like the feather, it's so light. It's so, it just floats on the wind. It has like no mass. So don't be afraid to, just let yourself be free a little bit. Let yourself feel 2222 on the clock. Let yourself like enjoy life and be light, and not necessarily take on a bunch of responsibilities for the world or for your family and friends, because it's not your work and it only weighs your soul down. And it's all about how you feel. Like the whole game, the name of the game is how do you feel, and literally just how do you feel? Do you feel loved? Do you feel elevated? And if not, get rid of those things that don't make you feel good, right? You don't have to. There's no such thing as obligation. Like, you can decide. You are completely in control of your life, it doesn't mean like not take people into consideration, but you don't have an obligation to other people. Your only obligation is to yourself and to spirit, and that's the same fucking thing. Okay, it could also just be your obligation to yourself, period, because yourself is God, right? Your true self is God. So yeah, goldfish on top of the bed, increase material wealth, and what did I say? Or spiritual growth. Yeah, I feel like it's double. It's both of that. So yeah, I hope that helped in some way, or you got a message out of that. Thanks for coming, and I love you so much on your journey. Know that so much good is coming for you in your life this month, and you just have to let it in and accept it, and just decide that it is, and live in that reality, because it's coming and it'll help it manifest even quicker and like the exact way that you want it to. But you couldn't stop it, and here's the thing, it's been happening. It's been a momentum. It's been happening. It's been charging towards you. This lighthearted, carefree time has been charging towards you. It's been coming towards you for a while now. And I feel like it's like, but now, like, we can see it on the horizon. It's like it's been traveling for us for months and months and months over many distances, mountains, streams, rivers, deserts, icebergs, whatever. And just now we can see it on the horizon coming towards us. I'm being drawn to like that scene in Monty Python where is it Lancelot? I think he's coming and he's coming to save the princess, and it's like it like goes a close up to him and it's like dun, 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 dun. And then it goes to the wide shot and he's just a speck in the distance, and then it goes back to him and it's like dun, 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 like hardcore music. It's like he's just a speck. So that's what it is right now. Like it's coming for you, it's coming, and it's gonna be a lot, it's gonna be everything you wanted, but now it's just kind of a speck. And over the next couple of weeks, this whole month, it's gonna come closer and closer and closer until you're standing face to face, eye to eye, and you meet it and you're like, fuck, God was right, I was right, magic is real, I can do whatever I want to do. I love you. Bye.